Slide number 12, communication, the bridge to the client. In our Indian villages and cities, we often see bridges that connect two different pieces of land separated by a wide river or a very busy road. Without that bridge, people on one side can see the other side and they can even wave to each other, but they can never actually reach the other side to shake hands. In the professional world of insurance, your knowledge and the company products and the legal rules are on one side, while the client fears and their dreams and their family needs are on the other side. Communication is the bridge that allows you to reach the client and bring them safely across to a place of protection. If the bridge is weak, the relationship will fall into the river of misunderstanding. This session teaches us that being a great agent is not just about talking fast or using big words to sound clever. It is about building a connection of heart and mind that allows a family to trust you with their future. Communication happens in four distinct forms according to our sources, and we must master all of them to be successful. The first is oral communication, which is the power of the spoken word. This is what we use during our face to face meetings and our phone calls. The second is written communication, which includes the emails and letters and digital messages we send to our client. These are very important because they create a permanent record of our promises and help the customer remember the details of their policy. The third and fourth forms are the silent ones, which are non-verbal communication and using body language. These are often much more powerful than words because they reveal what a person is truly feeling inside. If you say you are confident but your hands are shaking, the client will believe your hands and not your words. If you say you are listening but you keep looking at your watch, the client will feel that you do not value their time. Mastering these four forms ensures that the message you send is the same message the client receives. The most important skill for a professional agent is not speaking but listening. Our sources introduce a very powerful tool called LAPAC method, which stands for listen, acknowledge, probing, answering, and confirming. This is the secret to building deep trust with any human being. The first rule of this method is that you must always seek to understand before you seek to be understood. Most people in this world listen only so they can think of what they want to say next, but a professional listens to truly understand the customer pain and their specific dreams for their children. The first step is to listen with your full focus and without interrupting. The second step is to acknowledge that you have heard them with a nod or a small nod of agreement. The third step is probing, which means asking gentle and intelligent questions to learn more about the family history and their financial worries. The fourth step is answering their questions with honesty and clarity. The final step is confirming that you have both agreed on the same solution for their need. This process ensures that the bridge of communication is strong enough to carry the weight of a lifelong relationship. To be a master of this bridge, we use a specific technique loop that keeps our mind sharp during conversation. The first part of this loop is to pay attention. This means giving the customer your undivided focus and making them feel like they are the only person in the world at that moment. The second part is to remove filters or biases. We all have internal filters based on our past experiences or our personal opinions that might change how we hear a message. For example, if we think a customer is too young to be serious, we might miss their important questions about future. A professional agent clears their mind of these biases so they can hear the pure truth of what the client is saying. The third part is to paraphrase and confirm. This means repeating what the client said in your own words to make sure you understood correctly. You might say, "So, if I understand you correctly, your main worry is making sure your daughter can finish her medical studies even if something happens to you." When the client hears their own heart reflected in your words, they feel that you are truly standing on their side of the bridge. The final part is to respond appropriately with the right professional advice. We must also remember that communication starts even before we open our mouth to speak a single word. This is the power of nonverbal signals and first impressions. Our sources tell us that body language, such as your posture and your eye contact, often speaks much louder than your spoken word. If you sit straight and look the client in the eye, you are communicating respect and honesty and confidence. If you look away or if you slouch in your chair, you are communicating that you are bored or that you might be hiding something. First impressions are created through attraction, which is the very first pillar of trust. This attraction is built on your appearance and your grooming and your professional attire. When you wear clean and ironed clothes and maintain a neat appearance, you are showing the world that you respect yourself and your profession. This gives the client confidence that you will also respect their money and their family secrets. Even more important than your clothes is your punctuality. In our culture, being on time is a sign of great character and reliability. If you arrive 5 minutes early for a meeting, you are telling the client that their time is precious to you. If you are late, you are breaking the bridge of trust before you even have a chance to cross it. In conclusion, communication is much more than just a set of clever words or a sales pitch. It is the silent language of your eyes and your clothes and your deep respect for the time of others. By following the LAPAK method and using the technique loop to remove your personal biases, you become a master of the bridge. You move from being just a salesman to being a true communicator who understands the soul of a family and their needs. You must remember that a client might forget the exact numbers you quoted, but they will never forget how you made them feel through your active listening and your professional presence. As a professional agent, you are the bridge that leads every family away from the river of uncertainty and toward a future of total security and peace of mind. This is how you build a reputation that lasts for decades in your community. By being the bridge, you ensure that no family is ever left standing alone on the other side. Does this explanation help you see how your silent actions speak just as loudly as your voice when you are meeting a new client for the first time? Or should we talk more about the LAPAC steps?